folks, D-Bang here. Welcome back to the Apple Turnover Gang town episode here. Just finished beating up the burrower in his lair. Actually was a fairly straightforward, almost simple episode. Just the burrower that we ran into, which was interesting. So, we have the standard cleanup after the end of an adventure, end of a mission. So, first I'd like to thank folks for their comments. And, yes, it was pointed out to me that the burrower gets, they get an extra loot card for the burrower. That is a special rule for extra large enemies. You get an extra loot card. So, I don't actually remember exactly which loot cards we had gained, who had gained what, so I'm just going to draw a new one from a full loot deck. We'll get that out of the way, see what we get. So, we get an artifact for Bechamel. We have 250 gold for Doc. And Pete gets a gear card. So that turns out very exciting. Okay, so the artifact, the mine artifact card we find, Bechamel finds, is the Void Hound Tooth. The 1 weight. Take 1 less damage from each hit done to you by a void enemy. Minimum of 1 damage per hit. Alright, so we'll give that to Doc. Is kind of the melee kind of guy. And then the gear card is our friend, the Scafford Buckle, which I believe we've seen before. Plus 2 health, gain an extra health for each mutation we have. Nobody has a mutation. I think it's probably worth selling for that 525. Excellent. So, we have that out of the way. We have our usual wrap-up then, which will be we need to see if we get corruption hits for our void or darkstone items. We have no extra darkstone. We still have 3, 6, 7 darkstone in the tomb chest, but we do have Bechamel has the breaching gun, which has 1 darkstone icon on it. So let us see. That does not inflict a corruption hit on her. Doc has the Void Lantern, which is the only thing that he has that has a darkstone icon on it. Is that correct? Yep. So that does not. And then Pete. So Pete has the Fallen Gunfighter's Pistol, which has an icon on it. He also has the Void Catcher, which has the icon on it. He also has the Mark of the Void, which has an icon on it. So that's going to be 3. None of them will give him a corruption hit. And of course his personal item lets him remove a corruption from himself. He has 1 point that he got during the adventure. So we'll get rid of that. So everybody's good. Nobody has any corruption points. Woohoo! Alright, so now we can go to town. So we're going to go to a large town as per usual. Again, that allows us to have some extra travel hazards. Now I do need to remember that the cowboy, Pete, once for travel he can spend a grit to cancel a travel hazard on a d6 roll of 3+ before any tests are made. So, let's see what we get here for the travel hazards. So, large town, automatically you have 1 for each. So, let's see. Bechamel, does she have an additional 1? She does not. Do we get an additional 1 for Doc? We do not. Do we get an additional 1 for Pete? We do not. So, it's a boring 3. Minimum 3 travel hazards this time. We are just flying right along here. So the red die is going to be the first digit for the travel hazard. We're rolling on that D36 expanded chart. So we have a 62 for Bechamel's first one, which is a dying marshal. You find a dying U.S. Marshal on the side of the trail, shot in the gut and bleeding out. He tells you that his prisoner escaped and is headed for the same town you are. You've got to stop him, or who knows what he will do. When the heroes reach their destination, every hero gains D3 unwanted attention markers as the prisoner is on the lookout for anyone following him. While in town, any hero that rolls a double on a location event chart spots the prisoner and may ignore the result on the chart and the rest of the location to call him out and start a high noon duel town adventure against him. If more than one hero spots him on the same day, either may engage him in the duel. If the duel is won, the heroes gain extra money as bounty. If it's failed, they roll on injury using only a d6, and so on. You know, sorry folks, I really don't want to go through the trouble of setting up the town and doing the duel, the shootout. So, I'm going to go ahead and we'll see if we can cancel with Pete here. I know it's probably not a good use of his ability, but I just want to get to town and do what's going on in town. Okay, so that succeeds, so let's keep going. So that cancels, and it actually cancels the travel hazard. So, what is the next travel hazard? For Doc. It is a 53. Circling vultures. Seeing the black vultures circling overhead reminds you that there is no safe haven in this forsaken place. All will come to ruin in time, and the vultures will have their feast in the end. Every hero must make a Spirit 5+ test. If passed, gain 10 experience and heal D3 sanity. If failed, take D3 sanity damage, ignoring willpower that carry over into the next adventure. Alright, well, guess that goes to Bechamel. Bechamel has a Spirit of 1, which she fails. So, she will take a D3 sanity damage. She takes 1. She takes 1 sanity damage. That's fine. Doc. Doc has a 2, 3, 4. He has a 4 Spirit. And he passes 5+, yep. He passes. And then Pete has a Spirit of 2. Make sure there's nothing else that he gets bonuses for. Nope. Just 2. 5+, he succeeds. Alright, so Bechamel took 1. That wasn't too bad. And then last is Pete for his event. We already rolled that one, so I believe, right, that is the Dying Marshal, so let's re-roll that. So we don't do duplicates. Double 1s is not particularly good. It is Possession. As you settle in for the night around the fire, there's an odd chill in the air. With a contorted face and a twisted form, one of the posse is possessed by a vile demon, lashing out and speaking in tongues before regaining control. You will all die before the might of the Ancient Ones. Raz Chu Kata. Your souls will burn. Haste Fori in the fires of Cinder. Belial will have his revenge. So the hero that rolled this roll immediately loses 1 sanity permanently. Poor Pete. Okay. That drops him down. Then he must roll a d6 on a 1, 2, or 3. He must also roll on the Madness chart. He must also roll on the Madness chart. Fortunately, Bechamel has no fortune. She spent all her fortune during the adventure. So yeah, Pete gets a madness that we will need to recover from during town, I think. Let's see what we get. So kind of exciting, I guess. A 7, Open to the Void. You no longer get a willpower save to prevent corruption hits. Well, okay then. Yeah, we'll have to get rid of that right quick, toot sweet. But hey, those were the travel hazards. So, what does that leave us with? Oof. All right. So now we need to see if we have a specialty town. What we got? We have a 10, which is a river town. So hold on for a minute. Okay, so we have the river town. So special rules. Known for being a center of trade and commerce, a river town is a bustling hive of gamblers, merchants, and thieves. Travelers come from far and wide to find the latest in exotic goods. So, Rivertown always has a street market, always has a gambling hall as a location, extra location in town, representing the riverboat itself. All right, all prices in town are plus $10. Whenever your hero gains gold from gambling, selling an item, or selling a Darkstone shard, they get an extra $10. And river travel, when finished in town, if rolling randomly for your next mission, you can roll twice and choose which. And you also start the next adventure with 1 extra grit. Excellent. Very nice, very nice. Extra options you can do during the day in the river town. You can find work on the docks, making a strength test. For every 3+ rolled, you get $25. But if you roll a 1, for each 1 you roll, you're going to take a D3 wounds, ignoring defense from the hard labor. And there's a black market alley. At the start of the town, say you roll 3 dice for each roll. On a 1, 2, or 3, draw a gear card. On 4, 5, or 6, draw a world card and draw an artifact from that world. And those items are available for purchase. So we need to do that. So we're going to roll 3 dice here. 1, 2, 3. We get 2 gear and 1 artifact. So let me grab those. Hold on. All right, so the gear is an axe. So once per turn, he can add +2 damage to one of his combat hits. Alright. We have the tattered duster. +2 health. Anytime you take a corruption point, roll a d6 on a 5+, prevent it. And the artifact, the world was the mines, and we got a phase dagger. Take a corruption hit to use. Free attack once per fight. 1 combat, ignore defense, uses a peril die for damage. I don't think we want any of these. The duster might be interesting to use, but yeah, I don't know that it's worth $9.50 to me right now for these particular heroes. So what does that leave us with here? Let's see. So now we need to see where we are. We have a street market location, so we know we have a street market. And let's see what else we have. We do have the gambling hall, which is an extra location, which is the town. We have a smuggler's den. We have a general store. We have a doctor's office. We have a blacksmith. Hey! Me and my luck with blacksmiths. That's just crazy talk. Crazy talk. We have a mutant quarter. We have a second gambling hall. And we have a sheriff's office. Boom. Alright, so let's see what the daily event card is. The daily event card is the Traveling Tonic Wagon. So every hero can purchase a tonic. I don't think I want any of those. So what do we want to do? You know what? I haven't really thought about what we want to do. Obviously, we need to go pick up some more bandages. Although we get 3 free bandages already. So I don't know if we actually need more bandages. I think we're in pretty good shape as far as that type of stuff. So then what else might we need? We certainly need to get rid of some Darkstone bullets. Anything at the sheriff's office might be useful. I don't think so. The duelist gun belt would be nice. Plus 1 shot for each gun. But that's 5,800. We're not quite to that level of money yet. I'm not sure what else we really want to do here. That is kind of the downside of this. Let's see. We got some whiskey. We didn't use any whiskey. Everybody's got whiskey. Ammo. We do want to consider upgrading Pete's second pistol from his basic pistol to maybe the gunfighter's pistol, which is 3 shots, range 7. That is $2,450. I think we can afford that. Also, it might be nice to start looking at armor. So what gives armor? A regular duster gives armor 6+, which could be useful for Doc. We've got the Badlands Adventure gear on Bechamel, which we picked up last adventure. Outlaw Traveler for the duster, which we don't really need. That is the one thing there. That would be at the general store. Is both of those the gunfighter's pistol? I don't want to do the deputize because you can lose that every turn or every adventure. So I don't think there's anything in the sheriff's office that I think we want. I mean, the duelist gun belt again would be nice, but we can't afford that at this point. So we'll toss that out. Could gamble. Certainly Bechamel would be useful gambling. So that's probably a good place for her to go. At least to do the craps, which is a luck test. There's no saloon. Sorry, going through. No frontier outpost. We do need the blacksmith to pick up some. We could theoretically upgrade something. For example, that trusty axe has 1 slot. No, I don't think he wants. How did I have 2 real? Oh, because I had that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could conceivably get something upgraded for Pete with the gunfighter pistol. Has 1 slot. That could get him a reroll or something. Yeah, certainly blacksmith for Darkstone bullets. And doctor's office injury mutation. So madness. I haven't had much in the way of madness. That is the church, which we have no church. Well, I can get rid of madness. The campsite. I guess we have to visit the campsite. Right? Yeah, because I think the Indian outpost also gets rid of the madness as well. So we got the campsite, which has the church tent. So that's gonna. I think that's what we're gonna do. That is what we're gonna have to do. So the first thing. So day 1, Pete. We're gonna kind of divide up the money evenly amongst everybody for now. Pete is going to go to the campsite. He needs to go see the church tent and try to get rid of the madness. We need Bechamel. Bechamel, so she does have one tonic. One bandage, one whiskey, and one tonic in the Badlands Adventure gear. So she could use a tonic, which I think she will do. That'll get her another grit, and that gets her a fortune. Oh, you know, and I gotta remember every time she catches her breath, she recovers a D3 fortune. I always forget that. I remember she recovers fortune when she recovers a grit, but I gotta remember when she catches her breath, she also recovers a fortune as well. It won't matter for town, but there. So she recovers a grit from that free tonic that she had in the Badlands Adventure gear, which will replenish at the start of the next adventure. And so that will allow her to help save Pete at the church. And then she will go, I guess, to the gambling hall. I could go to the smuggler's den. Now, we'll go, she's going to go to the riverboat gambling hall. Over here. I don't know if that's on the... Yeah, there you go. Alright. She's going to the riverboat simply because that's fun. And then Doc. I guess Doc is going to go to the blacksmith and pick up the bullets. While we can, the first day. Because, yeah, he gets 3 free bandages from his doctor's bag at the start of each adventure. So I think we're going to be pretty good. I think we'll be good with that, because they still have a bunch of bandages. I didn't use that many bandages last session. I was pretty well stocked with bandages, in fact. So let's do that for day 1. This may be a short episode. A town stay. I hadn't really thought about what they needed to do. I'm still trying to get back into this. I think we'll do next day. Then we'll go get. You know what? In fact, instead of going to the blacksmith, have Doc go to the general store and pick up the pistol. I do think we do have the 2200, 2450 now for the gunfighter's pistol. Yeah, let's wait. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll see how Bechamel does for her gambling. So let's do that. And all Doc's going to get is he's just going to pick up the bullets. So let's go ahead and see what happens. We'll go ahead and we'll start with Bechamel. Bechamel is at the gambling hall. What happens at the gambling hall? An 8. So, no special event. So, she's going to start with Brimstone Craps. Pays $100. She makes a luck 5+ test. If successful, gain $100 for every 5+ rolled. So, her luck is 3, 4, 5. So, we roll 5 dice. And of course, whenever she collects gold from any gambling, she gets an extra D6. Oops. Alright. She will go ahead and spend one of her 2 grits to reroll these 2. Nice! Look at that. So, she has 5 successes. So she gains 100 for every 5+ rolled. So she gains $400. Nice. That certainly helps, considering we are spending a fair amount getting the pistol for Pete. But an extra die will be well worth it, I think. And then, of course, she gambled, so she also gets a D6 times 50 for that. Ooh, she scored an extra 300 as well. Very nice. Okay. What else? We could do the poker, could do the devil's wheel. I don't feel like doing the devil's wheel. Again, set up. And I've, it's kind of it's a quirky thing. It's nice if you got a bunch of people playing. We've had fun with it in the past. But it's not as much fun when there aren't other people around watching you throw the dice around. So there's the 5-card poker. We'll play once, sure. She'll go ahead and pay $250. Oh, sorry. You pay $50. Then she rolls 5 dice. See what her hand is. Her hand is a pair of 4s. She does have a 3 and a 5 and a 1. So she has 3, 4, 5. We need 5 sequential numbers. Yeah, 4 of the same number or a full house, which is going to be unlikely. We get a straight with 4 sequential numbers. So, but that's going to be tough. 2, 3, we have 3, 4, 5. So we'll roll. She'll just roll 1 die. She'll re-roll the 1. Hope to get a 2 or a 6. I'm not going to spend any extra money. She'll pay the extra 50, so she's in for 100. And again, we're looking for a 2 or a 6, basically. And she gets a 6. So she has 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a straight, 4 sequential numbers. So she needs to make a cunning 5+ test. So her cunning is 4, plus 1 is 5. And she succeeds. Good. So, gain a D6 times 25. Because she succeeded. Okay, so she gains 100. And double her extra bet, which was 50. So that's 200. So she gains 200, so basically a net of 150. Add those in. Perfect. And then she did, she gambled though. She actually gets to collect an extra D6 times 50, so an extra 100 as well. Okay, nice. So she helped the finances a bit. I think that's all she's gonna do. I don't think there's anything else that she wants to pick up. Gambler's Gun, the Darkstone Poker Chip. Yeah, I don't think we want to deal with that. So, there you go. So, that's it. That's all we're going to do. She's going to do there. Let's go ahead and see what happens with Pete at the campsite here with the church tent. So, the event at the location is a 7, so nothing special happens. No need to buy bandages or whiskey, I don't think. I think we're good with that. So let's just go to the church tent and see what we get. Roll a d6. A 5 is a success. It is healed. Okay, so we didn't even need the fortune point from Bechamel. But that works. That works. I was glad to have that just in case. And so that's all he's going to do at the campsite. We got rid of that madness, though. And then last, at the blacksmith, Doc. Doc gets a 3, so there's a wild horse. Oh, no. Alright, so he has to make a strength 5+ test to see if he can get the horse under control. His strength is 3. Does he have anything else that gives him strength? No. So he has 3 points of strength, so let's roll. He does get a 5, so he does get the horse under control. So if past the blacksmith pays you $100 for saving his place. So yay, Doc. Good for him. Then, and it failed. Bad things happen. Bad things happen. But it doesn't. So, what are we doing here? We are simply going to pay 2 Darkstone and $400 to get 2 sets of Darkstone bullets. 1 for Bechamel, 1 for Pete. Doc does not need any, since he's just going to charge in with his melee weapons. Boom. Alright, so that is day 1. Everybody comes back to the hotel. Let's see if we have an event. We do not. So day 2. Do we want to do anything? I think at this point, all we want to do, we just want to go to the general store again. I'm going to ignore the smuggler's den. I don't feel like going, drawing out the items. We don't have a lot of money since we're going to be spending a bunch for the pistol for Pete, because I do think we want to get that one pistol. So the gunfighter's pistol, the range 7, 3 shots to upgrade from his regular pistol. So let's go ahead and do that. I think everybody is just going to leave, except for Pete. They're going to go. We won't spend that extra money. Pete's going to go not to the doctor's office. No, he's going to go to the general store. And then he's going to see about buying. He's going to take the majority of the money. And then let's see what we get. Double ones. It is closed. No hero can visit this location. Well, shoot. Oops. Well, so that was a waste of the day. That's it. Let's see if there's an event. There is not a town event. They left. Pete will leave. So that's going to be the end of the episode. Easy peasy, nice and quick. We do have to remember that we start with an extra grit because of the river town, which will be handy. So everybody will start with 2 grit. I'll go ahead and give them 2 points of grit right now. And Bechamel obviously starts with her 3 fortune, and she has 1 point of sanity damage. All right, and then we are going to be in good shape, I think, for the next episode. I do plan on going through. I'm pretty much set on doing one of the mission packs. I haven't decided exactly which one it's going to be, but I think I am thinking I'm going to go through the various mission packs so that we'll be able to see what all the different new enemies are that we will be facing. So from those mission packs. So that is the plan for next week. Thanks for watching, everybody, and take care.